We live?
Yeah. Alright. So welcome back to another episode of the Grung podcast. Don't know it's another episode of Read. It's the church and it's the organic settings, of course. We're going to chat about some things. As usual, we have Kenton.
Yo.
And we have Kwame.
Nami.
And then we have Chance in place as usual. And we'll kick it off.
Yeah, we also have a very special guest. You know, a big fan of the show. So she passed through, she just give her opinion and thing. A friend of mine, big up yourself, Brittany.
I'm here.
So you know you go, it's one of them with the special guests in the building. So, you know, we'll have the topic generator. And we'll have Brittany pick a few topics. And we're going to just reason about them. On spot, you know, spontaneous, nothing prepared. So, yeah, let's go for the first. So we'll see what you pull out. You pull out what the Grammys and all them thing, eh?
How much times a week do you watch porn?
Wow, that's not even a topic for discussion though. But that's one question we just answer and move on.
Patrice is so poor, brother.
Patrice, we know this is you, by the way.
Anyways, so it's a really watch porn, doesn't matter. Decent amount.
Yeah. How do you put that time to that, yo?
And they just backface, brother, and cut, brother. Fuck. I like you try to time this thing, brother. Backface and cut, brother.
And the more things you have to do, the shorter it is.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, say y'all. Yeah, brother. If you're busy, you just backface and leave, brother, 5 minutes. I don't have time for tangle it out.
So Patrice, we cannot put that time to this thing, is it?
But no, under that time, she says. Amount.
What I know, brother?
Yeah, but who know that?
How many days out?
You probably have a week where you go out without it in the brother. And yeah, next week you just say, oh. Yeah.
Honestly, I can't say I have a count for that. Who really sits and count how much time them back them fist?
She know, by the way, when I interpret her question as back fist,
no,
she said,
why you watching porn? Which other reason? Yeah, watching porn.
No. The question is, how much time a week you watch porn, brother?
So first of all, when you say exactly, if you say watch porn like Twitter is basically
Twitter show you porn every day.
Yeah, so I'll take
about
10 times a day.
12 times a day, can you pass it for your tail?
So you're like 12 times 5, that do the math to me, please, at 70?
Yeah. 70 times per week?
Or 60, bro, 60, sorry, 60.
So you're looking at about 280 times for the month?
Yeah.
At minimum, eh?
So as Chance about the point, brother, why else are you sitting like if you're there on porn website, like you go on porn website, you never pay your talent, you go on a porn website. What reason there on a porn website? Except for back your face. Because if your person is there, you're gonna do this in a real life. We don't need for that one.
That's true.
So we made up on porn. Well then again.
Well, I've watched porn without doing that before that.
Why the fuck are you
Why?
watching porn?
You talk about intentional porn, like it does. Yeah. But what the time you broke up on porn?
We are talking outside of that.
So I say, oh, you sit down, you go, your phone, you go landscape, or my browser, you go private.
It's a bag of details.
Man have private in browser, but I'm business.
I don't understand. I feel like our culture certain way, because Kenton just said something that's mad.
Yeah.
We have big bumbuckler people. We are private. We
that's
watch porn. And then at the same time, remember one time in the dog, Kenton just forward. Me upstairs just go and do my thing, you know. And me I turn it down. Like me I said, but me a big man.
Yeah, if Kenton want to
turn it down. So me how me say
if you open my browser and you want to see my browser, you should be a thing. Go ahead, Zin.
You know,
go ahead.
Two girls and a cup though, but me,
go ahead.
Zin.
Remember say we're not gonna outland this thing. We're not.
But my thing is, brother, like, right, so let's say me there for my browser, brother. It's just a word say, probably I type in Premier League, brother. Because the Premier League results and fucking porn of suggestions.
I thought that was a category of porn.
Possibly, you know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, trust me.
You probably go for porn of and see Manchester United smashes Man City.
I swear it's
hard, rough. Be a job, my brother.
Balls in her net and all.
Balls in her net.
Scores 3. All them thing there.
A trick with a hot click. You don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Click there, the badge there. Alright.
Yeah, brother. But I think, alright, honestly, if you
so yeah, we can't put that time, see. That's the
you can't count, brother. Anybody else don't count that shit, brother.
Yeah. Brittany, you do them things like you're quiet still, you know.
No,
I've never.
Hold on.
I've never been on the porn website. Like, I'm not. I've never watched porn before.
You've never actively
No.
search porn.
No.
But you've seen porn before.
If I see it, I don't. Like how he was mentioning that he stops and watch or whatever. No.
Yeah, do that.
No.
Okay. So for she, 0 times per week. For us, we don't know, see? Book up on it. Book up on it couple times for the tail. Book up on it couple times for the tail, I think.
Yeah.
And then you have couple intentional time, you feel like you want to watch some of them things, So yeah, move on. Topic generator, move on. If you do it, topic, come. Come, Brittany, come. Sensible. Social media. I can't right that,
Yeah, of course, social media.
Social media. What
Blessing
about
or
social
curse?
media? Blessing or curse? Let me start. In my opinion, social media, like most of the things in life, it has it good and it have it bad. Zine? So, the good part of social media. Social media, first of all, the internet, they connect the world, but social media really make the world small, like, very connected. And that can be a positive. You get to
Meet new people.
interact with persons. All walks of life. People networking for business purposes, for traveling purposes. You get to find out so much. You can literally use social media to find out so much about a place before even going there.
I'm not personal.
Or a person, or a thing, or a city, or a country. Social media can be very informative. A lot of the news when me catch nowadays are from social media. Bear in mind, I'm not turn on TVG and CPM, I'm not watch CNN. So news, basically, my news come from social media. It will come from Twitter, it will come from something from Instagram, one of them things they seen. So I would say those are the positives. They are cons to it. They won't dwell upon them too much, but like everything, you have people who use social media for negative things, you see me? You have
nasty fucking people.
Yeah. Yeah, put it there. I'm not even going at the cons then, but yeah.
Nasty people. Yeah, brother, pretty much, yeah, I agree totally. Social media, it connects the world unlike anything you've seen before, brother. You can literally, you can learn about people. You see me? It gives you a front before you actually meet the person. It gives you an idea what you're getting yourself into. Whether friendship, relationship, any kind of ship, boat, or, water vessel, brother. But it's a decent little place still. But the thing for social media with me, I think it's not even social media itself, it's the users where you must know when to unplug. You see me? You must know when to unplug, you must know when to you must have a life outside of the social media platform.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
So you have people nowadays where them log out of Twitter and they're nobody. And that's sad. You see me I say? You see them in a real life, they're a shell of who the persona they build on.
You have people who build them entire social life around social media. So
projecting a lifestyle, projecting
a lifestyle,
a personality.
Sometimes the worst part is when it's unintentional, So them even know say them a put on a fake image. Them does. But because them live them life pretty much revolve around this little box called social media. Them figures say any actually have a real life in real life. In an actual
or them remember how sad it is to them just resort to living through social media.
Yeah. We've been a fake life through social media.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's
true. So yeah,
and
different.
I think it's something that I've been able to read up on and I've been able to observe with people. I think the psychology community, our psychologists are going to see a spike of cases of people who are unable to differentiate the difference between virtual reality and their actual reality. I think they're going to have to deal with a lot of patients who cannot separate themselves from them act. They have to deal with a lot of people who cannot, who just can't tell the difference. Because there are people now who refer to themselves by them social media handles, or who they are on social media. You see me?
Or no, not even that from a social or rather from a psychological standpoint. You even have you can look at it this way really, where A lot of persons who them give too much value
To
the social media.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the issue.
Yeah.
You give too much value to the social media. And then now, for example, social media, there's no way social media will impact my day or my mood or my attitude today, brother. I've never seen that before. I've never gone on social media, see something, and make that fuck up my day. Because I actually have a day. If something fuck up my day, make something actually happen on my day, fuck up my day. But it can't be because I go on my phone and I scroll through and see something now. Yeah, of course, as a human being, you have your opinions and things where you see. You're going to see something where probably you don't really agree with. It might get you, let's say get mad.
For that moment.
For that little small moment about that topic or whatever you see. But that can't have the power to literally mash up my day now and where I can't function, I vex for the whole day, make me feel like this thing there from my mind. Social media can't have that power and it should not have that power.
And you have people where social media has that
Yeah, a lot of people.
You see me? And I mean, again, brother, it's like...
And then you have people who develop, because it's a weird world we live in, you know, where persons develop them self-confidence from social media. So the likes, people feel good from the likes. You see me? So it's almost like in the normal world without social media, you
develop your self-confidence through trial and error.
Exactly. So you fail a few times, you know, to a couple lessons you learn from life, them things that will help develop you as a person. But in the world we live in now, you have a lot of persons who they not go to that part of them, but then in them yard, them they home, that's the reality. Some people not really go out in the world, the real world, them they home. Most them social media people that were popular, that might actually be them source of income, social media. They're not a reason for go out and actually have human interactions and go through some failures. You know, them not good thing they will build a character. So them pretty much put so much value on the likes. You see me? So the likes make you feel so good by yourself. It's almost like that's the validation. So if you're not getting a like, you feel like say you do something wrong or you're not valuable enough or you're not enough of a person. Because you post one picture and you get 50 likes and the next month nobody else will get 200. You feel like you're less of a person. No, fuckhead. You are probably even a better person than fuckhead with 200 likes over this.
But I just see you got yourself, and I think...
Yeah, value yourself.
When I'm there, brother, that's one of my biggest comforts, brother. Like, go on social media. I don't give a fuck, brother.
Exactly.
I do what the fuck I want to do on social media. Because at the end of the day, brother, if I don't want to vex and vex, I'm going to log out and call my friend them or all I met in a real life, brother.
Because we can separate it. That's the thing.
You see me?
We can separate it.
So, you see me? So, that don't matter to me, brother.
Like, me can make a tweet right now, brother.
And the whole of this a bun.
And them are going wild on Twitter. I'm
just log out and say, yo,
but then they are reason laugh, brother.
Yeah, but just close the app
something
and say,
you
yo,
laugh, brother. Yes, more than the notification will come in, brother. You just say,
the reason just live your life, brother. So, I don't even think there's still little bit pros and cons, but I think
for me, let's look on social media as what it is. Meaning, a lot of people tend to forget this. Social media, it is. The main purpose of it is for you to socialize. And media, being the plural of medium, is a platform for which you socialize. So it then leads back to everything I want to just say. Separate your actual life from it because it is a platform, it is not your life. Second thing for me, dog, and all of my points are attached, because it is social media and it is a platform for which I am free to express myself and be sociable. Because an opinion that you may hate, somebody else might agree with, and that is socializing. Both negative and positive is socializing.
Yeah. Even in real world, that's socializing.
So, to all of them bumbuckler people that will feel like, say, oh, somebody tweets at them, though, like eggs hard boiled or whatever. Why the fuck you feel like you must come jump from way over? You live all the way at St. Thomas and me live at Portmore and you take your St. Thomas Twitter, come over here, come trouble me because of my opinion.
Or insult the person because of their opinion.
Me. Yo, suck your mother, yo, delete this,
Yeah.
Again, all entitled to their opinion, but I don't think an opinion, a wrong, in quote-unquote wrong opinion, should validate, much less generate another opinion from somebody else. If you have an opinion, keep it to yourself.
I don't think the problem would be generating the opinion.
It's disrespect,
yeah.
I don't think you can disagree amiably, without having to be demeaning, without having to be like you can just go. And brother, you can fucking love it too.
Yeah, you can just
There's
love
also
it.
that.
Yeah.
You can fucking love it. Like, you don't have to
You
have
don't
an
have to
opinion.
comment on everything.
So even if somebody have a fucking dickhead, brother.
Yeah, make them be a dickhead.
You're not officer nothing.
But they can do like we do. We just share with the friend them and laugh about it.
Or you say, you know, man, like, enough time me scroll and see something. Oh, no, like, idiot. I'm gonna just continue about my life, bro.
Or you just say share and send it to the man them and we laugh about it together.
About it and discuss
Move on.
Yeah,
So
and I
at
agree
no
with-
point in time nobody even know me think about this. We just see it, laugh, move on. See?
Yeah,
So-
and I agree with what you guys are saying, but at the end of the day, when you put something out there, like you put it on social media, then you're going to have persons who are going to comment on it. Like, why would you put it out there if you don't want a feedback from a person or...
Alright,
That's how some people look at it. So
That's a
if I
different
post
side
a
of
thing-
it.
But that's a
So
valid
so
point.
so so that's from the perspective of what
You're
you
blind.
share as a person. So for example, yeah, and that's true, you know. Whereas if you're one thing I hate is when like we call a popular person, a celebrity, share something, people them slaughter them feet, and then them get upset. Bear in mind, you were the one who shared this.
Who put it up
This would
there.
not would have been in the world unless you decide to go on Instagram and post a picture here, or you decide you want to make that Twitter. So that is also something now that have you being taking responsibility. So you know, say, alright, if you're gonna make that, if you're gonna share this, people are then entitled to their opinion. Do they have to give an opinion? No. That's the other side of the way I talk. But you don't have to give opinion. But the reality is, some people will give. So if 10 million people in the world, and you share something, you have 30,000 followers, possibility is that 15,000 of them want to give an opinion, right?
It's a tier of social responsibility. Cause I look a poor man like me, if me tweet something, the likelihood of it being a problem to anybody
Exactly.
is minimal. But because as a celebrity, you know that people actually look up
You have
to
more
people.
followers, more
You
people
have
are seeing
a
tweets.
social responsibility,
Yeah.
a social influence. So you need to understand. So with
I
that
think
dynamic,
not even that, but just generally, like, she's a valid point where if you put something on social media, somebody has the
The right.
right to
Are you
fucking
share it?
respond.
Payments again.
But that just comes down to us again. Our point of it's not fucking real now, is it?
Yeah.
So even if I put something out there and somebody responds, I'm not for vex.
Exactly.
I'm not have to take offense
It's
to
just
it.
opinion.
Yeah,
I'm
Like,
not have to really give a fuck. I can move on with my day, move on with my life. You see me?
it's not that deep.
It's cool. So that way I try to get people like, yo, chill, bro.
Yeah. So look, it's cool from both perspectives. From the perspective of
As
somebody
long
who's
as-
sharing it,
As long as you're
and the
not,
perspective of somebody who
as
decide they want.
long as you're not be disrespectful, brother. by
That's
all
it.
means.
That's
Do
it.
whatever the fuck you want, you see me?
You
As
see?
long as you're not be disrespectful. But I just, as me as I said, just share said, as
Very good, man.
yeah, as just for mental health and for health generally, brother. Separate them
Yeah.
and don't take it so
Very
seriously,
necessary,
brother.
brother. Very
Like,
necessary.
don't take it so seriously, brother. Like, jaja, brother.
It's
must
an
see-
experience. you know.
Like, must see people crumble over social media.
I've
brother.
seen it. I've
I
seen
mean, I say, bro.
people go in depression, like serious
And,
mental
and,
issues.
and then when I minimalize
Yeah,
the
yeah,
effect it
important.
has on the person.
yeah,
You see me? But again, if you never
put in so much
invested
value.
in
You never got so
this
attached to
Yeah,
this thing,
exactly.
you wouldn't be able to feel this impact from this thing. And at the end of the day, it no bumbo class real.
It's not real. Most of what you see is a
Real,
facade,
guys.
brother. Most of them people, you see them pictures of them post, them relationships with them a post, brother. Them post relationship and they look at them love it over and say relationship goes. See you know, I retweet ya, relationship goes. You don't even know, so
Yeah.
after she made that tweet there, she go on the sun and be argument around this. She and a man,
Thump
play
it out.
a finger and beating on this. But
Beat
in
ya.
your eyes, on Instagram or on Twitter or whatever you use,
Your favorite quote
the man them look like a
I've
favorite
seen
couple, you know.
what you've done for others and all them things. I mean, I said, brother,
Yeah.
you don't know what kind of
You
family
don't
you
know,
have,
brother.
and then, you see me? Like, that's a different topic altogether.
yeah,
brother.
that we're gonna want different rule with that.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Again, don't take it so seriously. It's not real. So
That's
please,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
Be responsible, of course, because you're using a medium that everybody uses, that everybody is going, and people have the right to interact with you. That's why you're there
Yeah.
in the first
Because
place.
you don't have to be there. Bear in mind,
Yeah.
there's no law that says
So
you have to have a
you're
social
there
media
and
account.
people are going to interact with you. Again, just be amiable. You don't have to be fucking disrespectful. You can disagree. You can agree to disagree and move on in life, or you can shut your shit and also move on in life.
Exactly.
But again, just don't be disrespectful. You're good, and don't take it to heart.
Yeah. And when you as a person who share book up on them people that want to be disrespectful, you need to understand and say it's not real either. You see me?
Yeah.
So you
even
can
if you get
yeah.
disrespected, brother,
Yeah.
it's not real. Because at the end of the day, brother, Like, bro, check out of them, brother. Check out of them people on social media who want to be disrespectful, or them a be disrespectful, or them a come up. Fucking pussies, bro. Pussies, brother. You get them a
check them when you get them see in a real life, them not set you. Them leave now reached you.
90%.
95%.
95%, brother.
Possibly 99.
You give them a time, a date, and a location, them not fucking showing up, brother. You show up at them location, them not about it.
Bear in mind, the people that actually do something here,
they're not on social media. They don't come do it. They're not on social media. You see me? So, a facts, brother. So, brother, like, I think it's a personal, brother.
Yeah.
So maybe the data some.
And another thing too as well, brother. It's okay to not know, yeah? On social media, it's okay to not know.
And not be in the know either.
Yeah, so, like, for example, there are different parts of social media, or the different parts of Twitter, for example, that we talk about. We're not talking about the fucking that uptown Twitter, no, we're not about that. For example, you have football Twitter, where at that side, you talk about football, they have football shows. You see me? Then you probably have the K-pop side of Twitter, where them talk about K-pop and them thing there. Please understand that the lingo in each different part is different. The way they interact is different. So, for example, on football Twitter, brother, there's no qualms. They make any and every joke.
It's banter.
And nobody takes it personally.
Everybody
so when you log in
banter.
and you say football Twitter, you probably see a comment about the Holocaust. Believe me, no Jew in the world who is a part of this Twitter takes it seriously because they understand. You from the outside looking in, I'm going to take offense and they're going to carry it on your head and take it up. Leave it alone, because it's not you. You don't understand this thing.
Yeah, it don't involve
see
you.
When you go on the next part of Twitter, for example, like the beauty people, the people that with makeup and them thing there, and them palette and them fuckery there. It mean absolutely nothing fucking to me.
Exactly.
So I not have a reason over there. I not have a comment. I not have a comment.
Yeah.
And
so leave it alone.
Mr. Two people probably go back and forth between. I don't know. Probably such man them.
Such man them.
You don't understand what going on. Leave it the fuck alone. Don't comment on it because it's not. You're not aware of what's going on. You're not aware of the dynamic. Because you know. Because even Because you have even this morning. On Twitter, somebody tweeted that Leon Bailey, the footballer, needs to go on loan. Needs a loan. Not he needs to go on loan, he needs a loan. A whole fucking to the people reply. Question sign. What you mean the baller want loan? Him they tell you that in their minds, he want a monetary loan.
That's crazy.
But because again, they don't come from football Twitter. And them don't understand this
thing. They don't understand the lingo, so leave it alone.
Them jump up in this brother mentions and name up themselves over a tweet that everybody else who understands the lingo gets immediately and we all agree. It needs to go for a loan for Joe.
Yeah.
But I just one of them things there, brother.
Mad thing is a bag of people. I think this is the most hilarious thing about social media to me is that people will get up and defend other people for hours that they even know that it exist. Like in my head, like you gotta get up and you gotta mash this brother about a tweet about Liam Bailey. Liam Bailey, there's somewhere right now a little graphish. They even know say you over here kill up yourself over him.
Yo, that
look on the meds there.
That's a strong
and
point,
even just generally, brother, people just getting like putting themselves in that position to defend this random ass person, brother. Even if I agree or disagree with what's taking place, brother, I'm not gonna be the type of person who jump out and turn the lights of fire. So like, let's say somebody will go at, for example, Britney. I don't really know Britney on social media. So I'm not gonna jump up and defend Britney. When they got a chance, they got me. Me have a problem now. Because that's my dog that.
Yeah.
You see me? So people have this tendency to just randomly attack or defend two people that they have no idea what the fuck is going on. They have this 5-minute win that this thread or probably 4 tweets. 4 tweets about a situation and then just decide, oh, she right, him wrong, him right, she wrong. And then, oh, you are this or you are that. What wrong with you, brother? What the fuck wrong with you, brother? Getting this? Because at the end of the day, when you know this in a real life, it's not. You know, see 2 people go at it in a real life, what do you do? You stand to the fucking side and watch. Yeah, you don't interject and go, oh, from when me are here, you wrong, Ray.
No, you make people them argue.
Brother, please. It's not real. relax.
The mental safety women think it provides for some people that
It's a joke.
it's a joke.
Like, I'm gonna say still, brother, you see these popular people in real life, they're so fucking sad.
Shit up.
You see some of them, they're so fucking sad. I'm gonna stop. And it's
Because the reality is, brother,
it's so sad.
there is a social life outside of social media. That's what I want to understand.
It's a whole world.
So you can be this popular person on social media, you can have this great social media life, but if you're not a good human being in real life, brother.
Or you just, and yo, some people just not build like that, brother. That's just it. Like, you're just not, your personality is just not magnetic, you're just not charismatic, you just don't pull people in like that. You have 2 friends for the rest of your life. And
that's you, and that's fine.
Right,
and that's fine.
Be okay with that.
Yeah, accept that as a person.
As a person, brother, you have your 2 little friends and you them a ride or die forever. It is okay, and it is just as okay as somebody have 100 friends where do all kind of motherfuckery, because that is their personality and that is who they are, and they're okay with that. You need to be okay with yourself as well.
You don't even put on a fake.
And it's crazy, because you see them dogs are outside and they're like, yo, my God, yes sir. And you see them with that one picture, you say, pussy, me see you over there, sir, by yourself, in a corner, nobody not talk to you, everybody walk past you. It's a madness. Nobody don't know you, but they're there on social media. Everybody, oh shit, he's handsome,
popular.
oh, he's cute, oh
You're
my God,
popular.
where were you? I didn't see you. Because you're not going to see them in a corner, them in the body.
On a real, I think most people need to realize this. It's not always the case, but proper 85%. You see the people where not really like comedic or gimmickal on Twitter. About them in a real life, they're fucking hilarious.
Exactly.
They know to pull a crowd, they know to entertain. But you see the people where properly and they make a tweet, them troll somebody till they get forward. They cannot even.
They probably can't even get a laugh in real life.
They don't have no comedic sense
No
in real
bands.
life.
Yeah,
So you need to understand, say, yo, social media, I think, really just creates the opposite of what a person, the entire opposite of what a person is in real life.
Sometimes.
Because not all the time. Some people they are as they are in social media. But social media can create this false image. And you sometimes believe the false image too. Because
And that's how the problem
that's the problem, exactly. When you believe the false image. When you yourself say you're a reserved person, you know, to talk to people, you know, really go party, you know, socialize, you know that within yourself, you know. But on social media, maybe, because all you do on social media, you quote a couple tweets and anything there, you know, shout some foolishness, you know, use some memes and anything there. So you get some laugh. Alright, separate that and know. So, alright, on social media, I have a vibe still, but understand your reality. Understand that I'm not that person. And you don't need to start invest your real person to try become that person on social media. Separate it. That's we said this so much time in another podcast. Yeah. Learn to separate it, brother.
And I think
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Slavery.
Slavery. Alright, you can talk on that.
You start first.
What you say about slavery, me G? Slavery.
It's a fun fact. I have something to talk about.
It's a very
No. You go first. Say it again.
I'll go after you.
Alright. So I was watching something the other day,
you get what?
and the person was talking about. It's a great channel, by the way. I watch it a lot of time. They're talking about 10 things in history that changed the world as we know it. They were talking about Napoleon losing the final battle. They were talking about the Spanish losing to the English, that kind of stuff, right? And they're talking about even 9/11. 9/11 was the number one thing. And at first, I thought the list was very informative. And I'm saying to myself, but hold on. Surely.
Hold on, what's slavery on the list?
No.
You're crazy.
And that's occurred to me.
I was listening to ear slavery.
And that's occurred to me. And I said, hold on.
And all of these events
All of these events
are influenced by slavery. Cool.
are how is slavery not one of these 10 things that completely changed the look of the globe and the world as we know it? Like, if anything, slavery is the single most paramount, like, it's the most influential, it's the most paradigm shift in humanity that there's ever been. There are literally millions of people over this place that you take and you carry them over this next place. That in and of itself is like, that's a fucking migration, brother. What does it take? What all of the fuck you want to do? What does it talk about the movement of the amount of people, the volume of people that you move from one place to the next? That mass migration surely changes the way the world looks and sounds. So we're not even touch what the fuck you want to do. We're not just say yet. Because the movement of people surely impacts the world in such a great way that we can't fathom it. And we can't understand. I say, what
bear in mind, even without, like I said, diverging in the fuck, because we understand all the things that come and say.
Yeah.
Just
the movement of people.
The migration. Look how much
culture,
difference. Exactly. That means
ethnicities,
look on all the
color, shades.
You talk about language. The people, them religious beliefs, brother. Them religious practices where you take from them. And influence in your way. Where you move.
Move it. Just move it. When I say
just
change
move. Just to move. So you talk about your religious practices. You talk about your language, them languages where you take.
Your culture,
we talk about just them culture.
Your diet.
You see me?
All
of them things there. It's crazy, yo.
And that isn't one of the top 10 most paramount things to happen in the world.
I will go as far as to say this, brother. It's number one.
Easily.
Nothing in history, at least not to my knowledge, at least when I learn about it yet. I must learn about it by now. Nothing in history has had more impact on the world than slavery, brother. Bear in mind, so you have countries that are built on slavery. What we call first world powerful countries.
I want to talk about
built from slavery, brother.
I want to talk about
the powerhouse of the world right now. And slavery start from.
When I talk about just the transatlantic trade. I'm talking about the Arabs.
Every type of slavery.
Who moved black people as well. Because that's something that has conveniently been removed from history. That Arabics and Arabs used to move black people as well.
That's true.
Asians used to move black people as well. All nations profited from the theft of people, brother. So how can you look at me now? I'm just realizing, I say, brother, what is wrong with you people? Like, even when they again, I saw another stat. And it was like, what is fucking... Corona has killed more people for the time frame than any other event in history.
Them things are upsetting, brother.
Now, in history, I think Corona killed half or even quarter the amount of people that were killed in the movement of people. Just the movement of people from Africa to the Caribbean.
Just bear in mind, say, there are no records of this in the brother. As in our day and time, a man dead by corona, there's an instant record made. Bear in mind, back in them time there, when them a move the people when them a throw people off shift, brother, they're not even keeping records, brother. And when them eventually start keep records, the number are so astonishing. Because we have records now where say this amount of person died now. And that's when them eventually start keep records, you know. And those numbers are so astonishing, brother. See me? And them involve the people them who are not recorded now, brother. You see me? The people them just dash off a shift now, brother. But jump off because them no want, because they dump off with them family, brother. Because them no want to go outside the world.
Let's put this into perspective. Let's put this into perspective, right? You see that path there from the west coast of Africa to the Caribbean, right? That path there. See in between there?
Thousands die, brother.
There were so many dead bodies thrown over those ships.
Thousands.
That the population of sharks multiplied.
That's a fact,
tenfold.
by the way. That's a fact.
It changed the ecological structure of the globe, brother. To the amount of dead body we are thrown. The amount of food surplus that was in the water, brother. It affected the ecosystem of the world, brother.
Again, that's a fact, yeah? I'm not expecting
How is this not the most influential, how is this not the most impactful event in history? I sympathize with those who went through the Holocaust, those who survived the Holocaust. But the Holocaust is literally light fucking work, and we still have people who are being tried for the Holocaust today. Something that happened nearly 100 years ago. That's being tried today. Not a single person has been tried for slavery. And we are estimating that around 2 million Jews died between that time. Brother. Like 2 million people died a fucking year.
That's a 5%, brother.
A year.
Of slavery. Bear in mind, and what we can never understand. And I now try to don't play one event to push up the other. But in comparison, brother.
No other event is comparable.
Slavery. Bear in mind, says slavery was pretty much. Slavery lasted long, brother. It became an institution. Like it became
years.
For hundreds of years, brother. You see me? So if you look on and that's the time frame alone tell you say there is no other event, brother. Every other event we could have put on the list as the top 10 most impactful events, check the time frame of them last, brother. If you want to talk about World War, how long was World War? If you want to talk about Holocaust, how long did the Holocaust actually last for? If you want to talk about 9/11, that's one fucking day, brother. You see me? So none of these events can even be comparable to over 400 years, brother. You know what is 400 years? Bear in mind, say we are 20 years now, we feel like we're parade for long. 20 years, we didn't reach 100 yet. And we are talking about 400. We are talking about possibly 5, 6, 7, 8 generations of people, brother. Literally, I talk about 8 different generations. Think about your great grandson, brother. You see me? So there's nothing else can ever compare to that, brother. Just looking at the time frame alone. Even if you want to forget about the numbers per year, everything, just look at the time frame, brother. This thing became an institution to where it was embedded in systems, brother. Bear in mind, say America right now, them still fight systematic slavery, brother. Them still fight systematic slavery. Them not term it as slavery, but that's what it is. Systematic oppression, dog. That's what it is. And that system was designed because this thing lasts so long. It lasts so long, and the entire system was designed for oppress black people, brother. You see me? A system can't design over 1 year now. If someone lasts for a year, brother, there's no way the system can be in full effect to oppress somebody. You know why the system still lasts now? Because again, we are talking about 8 generations of people. At least where the system oppress the people them. Up to today day, it's still a go on. May I ask you again, which event in the world still have a system lasting until today day? Name one, we'll have a conversation. Comment on the list of this. Name one, we'll have a conversation next podcast. Tell me one. Because I can't think more none. Tell me one. And again, I don't play other events because the Jews them still suffer from it too. You see me? You have people who still have repercussions from 9/11. Same way. You have people who were involved in a world war. You see me? We still have the repercussions of that.
And I understand, you see me, but at the end of the day, like it's no comparison, brother.
Can't compare.
It's no comparison, brother. Like the duration, the sheer move, the sheer body, the sheer amount of people you move, the sheer diversity of the amount of people you move, the way you move them to. Because you're not just moving people from point A to point B, you're scattering them around the globe. Black people are literally, you can find a person who is black or of black descent every single corner of this fucking earth.
Everywhere.
That's you know do that by accident.
Bear in mind, say statistically, them say black are the most mixed race. Really? As in black
because
people.
We're everywhere.
Black people mix with every race. Black people are mixed with Chinese. Whenever you see a black Chinese stick, but they mix with Chinese. You see? That's crazy. Why people are not as diverse? Because them not go all over the place to mix nobody. A white man now go over there so they breed for one.
Because they are racist.
Because they're racist. Them look down on your Asian, so they're not gonna breed for you. But black people.
Well, we never have a choice.
We never have a choice. When Martha say go for she, bring her, go.
You're gonna get fucked, brother.
You see me?
Yeah.
You don't gonna take that.
You're gonna get fucked, brother. You breed, brother. Alive, brother. Say never have a choice.
You see me?
You don't have the privilege to say I don't want that person. You're gonna get older, you're gonna breed, lady.
You see me?
Alive.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I think, I get that is not on the list, but I think it's our history and we're not sharing it, or young people are not educated about it, A lot of people, like you guys, are now going to go and read up about what happened in history. And even in high school, they give you the basic, just the surrounding, the sugarcoat certain things. So even when you mentioned a while ago, when they're moving and the sharks and whatever, you don't learn that. If you don't read or try to figure out things yourself, then you're not going to learn that. So I think in our culture, we sugarcoat certain things, so we just don't know.
That is true. And I think, but at the end of the day, that falls into the institutionalized racism. In the sense that I shouldn't have to dig for my culture. I shouldn't have to dig for this information. Just like how you tell me, say, Sir Christopher Battolumbus, fine, discover the Caribbean.
By the way, this is that
Discover
history
the
there. That history there. Stop
this brother discover the
teach
Caribbean.
them say this man discover the Caribbean.
Even though him come see some people upon this land here, but him discover the Caribbean. You see the same way you can tell me that? I think the same way you suppose you can tell me about other events, truthfully, that happened in the world. We shouldn't have to dig and read
the system
and I put
there.
2 and 2 together. Because at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to tell you, say, yo, well, this, that happened. But if you just, when you sit down and look upon it, you say, how is it that slavery, you can teach me slavery in about a year and a half for C6? Yeah, and then keep you go World War I and World War II. So in about roughly a year and a half, you teach me everything about slavery. So it take you 18 months to teach me something that happened over 400 years continuously. At them time, you start realizing fuck here going. How do you cut a lesson that is more than 400 years old down to 18 months? Sound like you fuck about.
May I go even further, brother? I believe that history, our history as black people especially, brother.
What is our history?
Just overall the history, which for a large part are going to involve the slavery, right? Transatlantic slave trade, all them things. Brother, these are things that should be taught to primary students, brother. Yeah, we are talking about these are things you need to put to them syllabus from a start the primary school and have sense, brother. I don't even want to test them for GSAT, brother. These are things, I know you don't have history in a primary school, but you have social study, right? And social study teach you about ears and them things in Jamaica and be a thing. You need to start involve some of them slavery things in the social study class, them, brother. You need to start this lesson from so young so people understand them history, brother.
The gravity,
you see me? The gravity, brother.
And you know something that's fucked up as well? With this slavery business, yeah? As black people. Well, history started as slavery, you know. What is the history before slavery?
We don't know, brother.
What happened before them brother come over the party, come take out them one bag of people like them over the party. The day before, what Kunte Kente did that do the day before them take him up and start calling him Toby. We did the day before them over the party. You don't have a clue. What the vast, what were they doing? What were they saying? What was the culture? How them live? How them relate? You understand who did they look up to? What are the stories that they told? You don't have a fucking clue. Your history starts as slavery. Your history starts in bondage.
And that's other day, man.
Nobody's history around the world starts in bondage. Every other ethnicity, every other race starts freedom, then bondage, then freedom again.
But
nobody starts in fucking slavery, in bondage.
Better yet, every other race, brother, them can tell you about them great-grandparents, them can show you a lineage, brother. Every other race.
Yeah, good.
Every other race, brother. If you check the white man right now,
yeah, man,
he can tell us, my great, they invent this. It was that in the marriage to such and such, in the live this up. Everybody can trace them lineage and say, alright, this is it start. Us as black people, brother, the most we can say is we come from West Africa, brother.
The most we can say is at some point in time,
a
white person didn't find
better yet, the most we can say is
a European didn't.
We have some from a lineage from Africa. Because bear in mind, say,
we don't know which part of Africa we come from.
But not just that. Bear in mind, say, even though we look around all the way as a black, reality is along the generations, brother, it is almost inevitable that will make you something else, you know? None of us, brother, more than likely, almost none of us right now are 100%
none of us.
Africans, brother. If you want to put anything to it. We're not, brother. We look like Africans, so them call us Africans, brother. You see me? And we are black people because we know so we skin black. But the fact is, somewhere on one part, one white man, you fuck one of our grandmother, them, brother.
Some fucking go on.
You see me? Something go on. Probably born and we never born two black, we get look a lighter shade. You see me? And then, you know, the light shade just continue down for the generation.
And that's the truth, brother. Like, you never, you can't, and I don't think people understand the value. Like, how much of a difference it makes to know where you're from.
It make a big
people will never understand how much it makes you more. It just makes you more. if you know where you're from, brother. Brother, I never understand this until I meet my grandfather. Now, my father, that's my father. So, my father's father wasn't a good father to him. You get me, I say? But then, my father was a good father to me. I'm general, like, you see me? But then, when the dog fly down, you know, we meet the dog and I talk to the dog, brother. Like, there's so many things about him that make sense to me now. Like, certain things with me, like personality traits, tendencies, I can't understand because my father not have it, my mother not have it, my grandmother not have it. Where am I get them tendencies from? Him. You look upon the man, there's certain things, the way him speak, the way him sound, the way him go about things, brother. That explains me. That make me understand me a little bit more because I can understand where it come from. I can understand what I expect. Because I can see it, understand it. But if you as a person, brother, you don't have a clue where you come from. You don't know if you're a king or a peasant. You don't know which war them win. You don't know if I them. You don't know if I them do the Congo jump, the bass jump. You don't know, brother. You don't know if I put you don't know where you come from, brother.
We could have been a Prince of Ghana right now, you know.
You don't have a clue where you are.
Yeah, we could have been Prince of an African empire, brother. We could have, bear in mind, say, even language, brother. I them teach you the language. English something where I talk? Europeans, brother. Remember say, we have an entire indigenous language where we speak, brother.
Before.
In Africa, Africa are the continent with the most language, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Africa, the single continent with the most diversity. Even though them close, you know, but every tribe. So bear in mind, you have one country, and the country have
like 100
tribes, brother. And every tribe have a specific dialect. It close, you know, so they might can understand across the dialect. But each of them have them specific dialect. Just like how in the Caribbean, all we talk patois, you know. But the change them have for them accent, right? So them have for them no could accent with them patois. The Barbadian them speak on certain way. Jamaican have for them type of thing. Imagine you have an entire continent with how much country in Africa, brother. And each of them country there have 100 tribes. That's 100. And each of them tribe have different dialect. So imagine the entire continent, how much different dialect you have, brother.
Not only dialect, but culture.
The culture, yeah, that's just part of the culture too. That's a single part of the culture, brother. So the food we eat, the way you dress, you see me? Suppose me the band for have 3 wives, brother, and rob me of that dog. You see me?
Puberty, you don't know, brother, like, even just puberty. You really
rob me of that, G. No, for true, you have man Africa right now, 3 wives, brother. I could have been there. Put me the come from the country there. You don't know, G. You take me, bring my best and tell me, say, 1 wife, my wife, brother. You see me? Me not like that dog.
No, that's facts, brother. I'm saying, brother, you know, the day before the first slave ship landed, the day before the first set of slaves get rounded up, the day before, what the blood clot them used to do, that me you want to know. The day before, I want to know that part there. Now tell me about the slavery part, because I know about the slavery part.
I think we just only have bits and pieces, because...
I want to know I'm the day before. What them used to do?
You tell me, say, oh, we used to, the man them used to go out and do all of the hunting, and then the woman them used to stay home and take care of all the business. What the fuck me supposed to know that?
First of all, them pussy they know what fuck. Them pussy they know what fuck. Because as far as me, that sound like every like everybody.
That is Indians, so generalized, brother.
Exactly. Indians, white, brown,
that
purple.
Is not specific in any way.
All our culture seem to start the same way. We were hunter-gatherers, right? The women did the house work, the chore work, them sitting at the cave, and then the man them go out in the deer and bring them home and we'll cut it on a wood fire. We'll do this all over again tomorrow.
So when it is all said and done, you don't teach you nothing. Because that is so general. If we come from China, it would have been the same thing. See? It would have been the exact same thing. You've taught us nothing about our culture, G. Nothing at all, brother. Bear in mind that our culture we know right now, brother, is the culture of wherever you are.
Brother,
you see me?
Right now we're Jamaicans, brother.
We're Jamaicans, so we're Jamaican culture, but we don't know where it starts from. And our culture mixed with everything, you know.
It's embedded in Spanish,
everything.
English, French. Everything. A bag of things, brother. You see me?
Bear in mind that some of our food, them are Spanish food, no? You have some food that English food, you have some food that come from Africa, you know. You have some clothes we wear, you have some things, some names we have, brother.
Let's just make the Sunday statement. Rice and peas and chicken, brother.
Alright.
That in enough itself, brother, it's a madness.
Yeah, madness.
It's a madness, brother. Just make rice and peas and chicken, make the ingredients, where them come from, mind fucked, brother.
All about this.
Mind fucked, brother.
You know, it said somewhere earlier about the fact that most of it, well, not most of it, all of it, like our ethnicity alone, our race really started in slavery. And it just mad say, when you can go into the US and do a survey, thousands of youth their great-great-grandfather or whatever, some relative along the line was a slave owner. That's just mad.
Yeah, they could be like, my great-grandfather owned such and such plantation. Him they own 500 slaves, brother. You see me? They can tell you these things, brother. A lot of these white supremacist people, brother, they might come from a lineage of racism, brother. Remember say, I believe nobody no born racist, brother.
Nobody knows.
That's something you learn, brother. And again, it's because of the institutionalization of racism, brother. You see me? So even though slavery done, the institution is still there to oppress black people, brother. For keep black people have less opportunities. Generally, when I just talk in our little country, across the world, brother, you have almost do twice as a white man to get the opportunities, brother.
Forget half the opportunities.
Forget half the opportunities. You're going to get less health care. You get less education about your past, about yourself. You see me? You're going to get more guns in your community. Guns just pack up your poor, you know. But you get big gun in your community. You're going expensive, you know, G. I look at Jamaica, you know. You know gun expensive, my G. You know much for a bullet? let's stop reality talk, brother. You know much for a single bullet right now, brother?
Crazy.
And check Jamaica and get it, brother. My name can buy mackerel for eat dinner, look more, brother. But my name Glock load, brother. You see me? Brother, these are all a part of the system, brother. The white man community, him can get a gun, you know. You see me? But him have got a pawn shop and get a gun and thing. Nobody not come give him a gun, brother. He can get guns. And trust me, him can walk up and shoot at one of them thing there and get them. Remember, him can shoot up a church, brother. And them arrest him, them drive him down and arrest him. And give him water, stop and buy Burger King and them. This is our real story, by the way. I'm talking. They literally, the man do a shooting, they arrest the man, them start the man at Burger King for feed the man for them bring them.
And get probation.
Man get probation, brother. You see me? While another black man can just walk down one store, one brother say, this bill look counterfeit, they look fake. Call the police, man walk out, lose them life, brother. Unarmed. Same reality we are talking about, same world. You see me? Them think the brother are part of the institution. Them police never does band saying they were taught that through the systems that were designed, brother. That's why I'm telling you, saying nothing in history, brother, cannot compare to slavery, brother. Slavery still are going to the dog. Them not call it slavery, you know. Because them a pay you know and them thing there. They look freedom, they get access to education, they can talk look more freedom of speech and them thing there. But the systems, the oppressions, the things that were designed to keep you pretty much at the base of the pyramid are still in place. And what was slavery? That was slavery. The base of the pyramid, all the difference is you'd have less choices. So it was almost mandatory that you were a slave at that point in time.
And I think what's so bad about the system is that you have youths like we would sit down and meditate and be like, yeah man, that's oppression. But then the system is so bad that it's so instilled in our race with some people that they're just okay with it. Me I go even further.
Even we might know, brother, if you beat the system, it's still so hard, brother. Yeah. You see me? Even though you become so much aware, you educate yourself, brother, and you know that this system is there, brother. And it's almost like you still can't change it, brother. You're still in the system already, you know about it.
But you ever sit down and go? You ever sit down and just take in the reality and go, alright, so this is oppression and this is slavery.
Yeah, but what can I do?
Anyways, yeah, go work
it is crazy, brother. Yeah, literally.
Just take it in one morning and just go, this is fuckery.
This is oppression.
This is oppression.
Brother,
me I go work, brother. I just accept the facts, yeah, I go work.
And you know, you know, brother, and bear in mind, so me feel even more sorry for people who don't know, brother.
Because they can't understand
why you're there. Why you're there. And there are a lot of persons in the world right now who just don't know, brother. Maybe because of lack of education, the lack of resources, they them just spend the time or interest to learn about them past and them history, brother. But them just don't know. So them literally just want to puppet in one system and them don't even know, brother. You see me? It's crazy. It's crazy.
One more topic?
No, man, a long time. We talk long, brother. No, that slavery was a very long topic, apparently. Yeah. First one was foolishness. When I hear Britney Bright, when I was a podcast.
Yeah, understand what I want. This is because she's so much of a listener that technically she's listening to an episode right now. So
yeah. It's like she does a listen to it, live listening. And I'm listening to one on the phone. It's crazy, fam. Anyway, yeah. Can't answer. It's a wrap.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so yeah, it's been another episode of the Grung podcast. So that's why I thank the guests for passing through. And then you want promote social media,
You want to say
businesses.
social media? You have any businesses you want to promote?
Businesses, no, alright.
Anybody you want to big up?
Boyfriend, no, alright. Okay, right.
Boy.
So, yes, with another episode of Grung for podcast. If you can follow us on Twitter at Grung Floor. You can follow us on Instagram. We got the gram bitches at Grung Floor.
This is real this time.
This is like 14 days late, but okay.
If you want to be a part of the panel, if you have things you want to talk about, you can put the top generator. You can tell us.
Yeah, did you have revelations?
No.
No? Come see.
Again, if you want to be a part of the podcast, if you want topics you want us to put into the generator, you can send us DMs on Instagram or Twitter at GrungFloor. If you have promotions, you can send us an email at grungfloorstudios@gmail.com, and I will definitely get it on board. And I don't know where the money is.
Yeah.
But again, it's been Chance,
Oh.
Keely, Kwame,
Grung.
Fenton, and Brittany. Yeah, and it's been a Grung for podcast.
Grung.
Grung.
That was great, guys.
That was a good conversation. I'll go and Brittany talk still.
Brother.
You know, from the first topic.
But you know look when I talk here, yeah?